Welcome. If this is your first time on this channel, please like and subscribe. So I'm a mom of 4 and I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy. This surgery was done on July 1st and I am sharing my experience in week 2 with you. So a lot of you have been asking what I've been consuming the full liquid phase. So remember last week it was more about clear liquids, which was more water and jello. So this time around, remember the difference between the clear liquid and the full liquid is you're able to see the bottom of whatever container you're using, and you want to still remember it's liquid, not paste. So right here, like, I'm not advertising any of these brands, but very importantly, the nutritional requirements are at least 64 ounces of liquids, which is half a gallon, and 90 grams of protein. So right here, this is an option I've been using because remember again, my electrolytes, trying to be up to par with my electrolytes. So Gatorade Zero has really been good, and I've been kind of changing the flavors just to give myself a wide variety. So if you see, the caloric content is pretty is low, it's 0, and you see what the nutritional facts are. So someone recommended Fairlife as a good high quality protein source. So if I take a container of this Fairlife, that's definitely 30 grams of protein, and that's what I'm looking for. So if you do the math, and I'm looking to have 90 grams of protein, 90 grams of protein a day, that tells you that I'm looking to have 30 grams of, or 3 bottles of these 3 containers. So let's just look at the nutritional facts. Now you see, I am very keen on nutritional facts. So my personal preference has been 90 grams of protein, like this is where I do my calculations, 90 grams of proteins, at least 64 ounces of water, and I try to stay below 1,500 of calories as a whole. So again, all these shakes, I include them in my caloric intake. So this is another one, Premier Protein. This was actually recommended by my dietitian. You see, it's the same 30 grams of protein like this other one, but here the caloric intake is 150 and here it's 160. So I'm one of those people that you'll be seeing now in the shops looking at nutritional facts before purchasing. And another one is yogurt. So this is a 0 sugar vanilla flavored yogurt, but again, before consuming this I have to water it down. But next week it's okay because eventually we'll be progressing in trying to get my diet and my dietary intake as normal as possible. Normal in terms of texture, of course. So here you can look at the caloric intake. So this is just to guide you if you're looking at doing this, undertaking this journey, not necessarily with the surgery. You can understand what you're looking for. If you're going shopping, you're trying to be low on sugars, high on protein, and of course thinking about your caloric intake. And there's lots of other options out there that are sugar-free and will help you make better choices. If you can eat organic as much as possible, highly recommend it. And then of course the good old water, like water will never let you down. So as much as we're looking at these liquids, yeah, so what I do is just go for different flavors. There's lots of flavors, different varieties of all of these options, just so it feels different. Like here you can see this is a fruit punch and this is grape. So just mixing up these flavors, but again, it still ends up being the same thing. So like I said, water, very important. Water is always there. Yep. So that's what the full liquid is for now. Okay, so this is how I kind of consume my protein shake. Trying to make it feel like some wine. It's all in the head. It's all in the head. We all know that it's all in the head. Just a little ice because again, the capacity, stomach capacity is pretty low. So that's the protein shake. Just so you see what it is. It's milk. It's just milk. So I may actually take about 15 minutes to completely consume this. So it may take me about 15 minutes to completely consume this. So that's how I make that drink. And then I'm not being bougie. I'm not trying to do girls. That's just how much I can sip. That's just how much I can take. You see me burping? It's like I took a lot. So that's a sign you get when you're full. When the stomach is full, you begin to burp. So I was told to just start understanding my body because my body's gonna communicate with me. So it's either I'm burping or I have hiccup. Those are signs that I'm full, and then I don't overdo it. I just give a pause. So I can take those little sips about every 5 minutes or so, depending on how I feel, take those little sips and then a day goes by. So like I showed you, each of these this brand, the container is 30 grams of protein. So I have to spread this out. I consider this as my breakfast, lunch, and supper. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, I take 3 of them. That's 1 each in those intervals. And then the rest of the time I'm taking the other fluids that I shared with you, my Gatorade, water, because my liquid intake has to be 64 ounces, which is half a gallon of liquids. And I include the liquid consumption of the flop. So I consume the liquid, consider the liquid ounces, the fluid ounces of this protein shake. So some of them are around 11 fluid ounces, so that's 33, and then I do the math. So it's constant calculation. So remember the app I told you that I have? There are lots of apps out there. Use any of them, and then you have those changes. But it's a challenge. So progress this week has mainly been migrating from full liquids, from clear liquids, which was mainly water, and now I'm on full liquids, and I showed you some of them. So that's the migration. Gradually the belly my pouch is still healing. I'm getting to know it, I'm understanding it. Like I've told you, what I've learned now is I burp or I have hiccups. So about exercise, Mother Texas, Mother Nature, Texas hasn't been good. Like for the past 5 days straight, we've had temps over 105 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty hot. But I just discovered that I've been taking that kind of an excuse. So I'm back on my feet. So generally, success rate of exercise has been 60%. But keeping it real here, I'm not faking. I've not been able to keep my targets. I'm sorry. Flies. But that's just, it's nature. It's part of nature. So week 2, I've been 7 pounds down. And feeling more restriction. Restriction is when, you remember when it was water? I was just drinking and it was sliding down, just sliding down the stomach. I didn't feel restriction. At some point I was being worried, but now with these protein shakes, I'm getting to feel restriction. Like I know when I'm full, which is surprisingly really fast when I get full. So I've been down 7 pounds by week 2. The progress from week 1 to week 2, 7 pounds down. My waist, generally I've lost 2.5 inches in measurements. I love measuring myself every Saturday because Saturday is transition day. And my thighs, both thighs in general, I lost 1.5 inches. My biceps, I lost 1 inch. My neck, half an inch. Doesn't even show. So the neck has kind of lost some pounds. And then my chest is 1 inch. But about the chest measurement, I'm kind of still iffy about it because I didn't think about it, but I wasn't wearing the same bra. So that may have influenced the change because I feel lighter. And generally how I feel off scale wins. Hey, this week I was the same weight as my husband. That's a big win. Because I've always been like the bigger person, so bigger in sense of weight, size, so that's like I said, we'll talk about off-scale achievements, so that's pretty good for me. So that was it, being same scale like him and feeling lighter, like leaving the kitchen, going upstairs, coming down, like moving around. I feel lighter. I don't feel weight. and then I breathe easier. I breathe easier. Like, I used to really struggle with breathing. There was a lot going on, and you know, sometimes you're in a situation, you're just there, just working it out, and then you don't realize like you need this help or you needed this change. But now I just feel like I don't strain even in breathing, and I'm able to. It's hard to explain it, but I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better. So remember, weight loss surgery is not the solution. Weight loss surgery is a tool to kickstart the change. The change has to start in your head, where you start by saying, okay, I need this change, and then I have to work towards it, and then you have this kickstart. Because as much as I love drinking this, it feels good, tastes good, but capacity, I'm not able to. So it might take me a while to complete this drink. So that's it for week 2. So again, I had VSG surgery on the 1st of July, and we're looking forward to week 3. Lots of changes. That's when real food starts coming in. Talk to you all later. Bye.